Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about my favorite niche vanilla fragrances. Now, I did just do a designer version of this, and if you're interested to see that, I will leave it linked in the description down below. But this list is more of a unisex list, really vanillas for everyone. We have a lot of different styles of vanilla fragrances, so there is definitely a vanilla here for everyone. So jumping into it, the first fragrance is Althair from Parfums de Marly. This is truly one of the first scents that comes to mind when you think of a very just fantastic niche vanilla. It is a beautiful combination of praline and vanilla with cardamom, with some cinnamon, and a nice bit of orange blossom. It kind of has this nice like almondy, musky base. It is a dense, like very sweet vanilla, but very balanced. So appealing, and this performs really, really well. This has a very addictive scent trail. Like it really floats in the air behind you and definitely gets a lot of attention. Althair from Parfums de Marly. So if you want a vanilla that is really gonna amp up the sex appeal, you have to get Morocco from Superz Budapest. This one is a little bit less sweet than Althair and more exotic and more bumped up almond. It's more ambery and not as densely sweet as Althair. It's not quite as like thick and heavy as Althair is. This definitely has more of a muskier kind of like aromatic, airy feeling to it. It has this very nice mix of very exotic, very sexy, and then something warm, cozy, vanillic. It's more musky and masculine. Like this is the definition of masculinity. And this also has crazy sillage, like literally a scent trail a mile long. And there's just something about this spice in this that is so incredibly good. Huge compliment getter, like an absolute certified compliment getter, stamp of approval, and it really has this kind of alluring effect on people around you. And it's pretty affordable too, and if you'd like to save an extra 10% on Superz, you can use the code ERICA10. It's so viral for a reason. It's really fantastic. Morocco from Superz Budapest. Next up is Vanilla Oud from Virtus. This is more of a woody floral vanilla with a slightly smoky twist. You get a lot of saffron and rose with caramel and guaiac wood. It's a touch incensey, but it has this like interesting touch from rhubarb. And there's some apple in the top. It definitely feels more like layered and complex than the first two. It's oriental. Really the best word to describe it is interesting, but not interesting in like a really artistic, like difficult, challenging way. It's just a really well done, multifaceted vanilla, and the dry down is stunning on this one. Perfect for the winter time, and you can find this one over on Max Aroma. A very unique vanilla, and they usually have good sales on this on Max Aroma. An icon from Nichane is Ani X, and I do personally prefer the X version. The normal Ani just kind of fell a bit flat in my opinion. And I like this too because it kind of feels a bit more tropical in a very subtle way. This has this really interesting melon and citrus vibe with ginger and cardamom. I really get that melon in here. It's a very fresh and airy vanilla, very versatile in that way. You could wear it year round. This has cashmere and some kind of oceanic elements. Bright and cheery. I really like this one. Next up, we have Starlight from Xerjoff, an absolute staple from Xerjoff, especially for the colder weather. This is the holidays bottled. If you are a big cardamom lover, you have to try Starlight. Like you have to try it. It is a beautiful cardamom, cinnamon, and vanilla scent. Truly perfection. It's kind of sparkling, very happy, and very dominant on the cardamom, mixed with a bit of this like almondy accord. There's some light spices with the most perfect vanilla. It just takes you home for the holidays whenever you wear it. It's more simple and dries pretty linear, but it is absolutely delicious, a bit more on the gourmand side. It smells like heaven and is perfect in its simplicity. Starlight from Xerjoff. We have a newer release from the house of Electimus, Spice Darno. And this is more of an elegant and dressy vanilla. It is a fragrance that feels very refined and upper class. It blends vanilla with iris and leather with cardamom, with elemi, myrrh and cashmere with a hint of oud. And the iris doesn't really come out too much in Spice Darno. It really just works in the background to give the scent this overall very velvety texture, like this very nice, like it makes it feel like a really quality scent. It's very understated, really. The perfect word is classy. Dressy and fashionable and almost something kind of pistachio-like here. Very minimal leather, just adds something a bit mysterious, and this one develops beautifully, really transformative. Gorgeous release from Electimus Spice Darno. Next up is Silky Woods from Goldfield & Banks, one of my favorites from the house. Now this is a boozy feeling kind of tropical vanilla. It's vanilla with ylang ylang, saffron and cinnamon, so nuanced. There's jasmine and that very famous Goldfield & Banks sandalwood with some olibanum. It's exotic and tropical at the same time. Light and dark, like a very rich and aged vanilla. It just takes me to a party at night on Miami Beach. Luxurious, and I love the imagery of it. Silky Woods from Goldfield & Banks. If you want a very sexy, sensual vanilla, you need to try Absolute Aphrodisiac from Initio. You can't deny it, this one is very sexy and very alluring, but it is not for the faint of heart. It's ambery and leathery with a bit of spice and also some sort of animalic undertones and some white flowers, maybe a bit andalic. It doesn't smell pissy or fecal or anything like that. It really comes off more like skin, maybe a little bit of cumin, like sweat, but there's something about it. When you smell it, it just goes straight to your brain. It has that kind of attractive power to it. Definitely one, do not blind buy this. Try it in store first. There's some dry woodiness in the base, animalic and musky that smells like skin. Absolute Aphrodisiac from Initio. An icon from Frederick Mall is Musc Ravageur, kind of a vanilla fougere style scent. Definitely more mature and grown up, not quite as sweet of a vanilla. It is musky as soon as you spray it. It has orris and rose with osmanthus, and to me, it does come off very masculine, but at the same time, there's also a bit of sweetness. Kind of like a mix of personalities. Rugged and misunderstood with the sweet side. There's a touch of lavender and a bit of a minty kind of camphorous vibe. Also not for everyone, but if you appreciate these types of scents, you will be addicted. Musc Ravageur from Frederick Mall. Next up is Ambre Sultan from Serge Luton. Resins galore in here. Amber, myrrh, benzoin with an interesting bay leaf note. There's coriander, sandalwood, vanilla. It's like melting myrrh with bay leaves and a green facet on top, but spicy at the same time, but more like a natural kind of green spice. It's earthy and not too peppery. It's like this infusion of vanilla and myrrh. It is a cult classic and perfect if you like more like churchy, incensey myrrh scents. Ambre Sultan doesn't need too much introduction. Next up is Vanille Leather from BDK. This is sophistication bottled. Truly, truly stunning. Refinement is an understatement. Really one of the best fragrances from BDK. There's violet with this rich orris butter with tuberose, benzoin and vanilla. It smells very French, if that makes sense. Very stylish, like old money, super rich. There's something about it too that reminds you of the past, but it feels very modern. This is classic and timeless and just smells so luxurious. If you want something that will really elevate your aura and your style, try Vanille Leather. Next up is Tobacco Flirting with Vanilla. You get this bright, very bright burst of cherry in the opening, like maraschino cherry with cinnamon and tobacco with vanilla, but not done like Herod from Parfum de Marly. This is more fruity and bright, kind of like a cherry liqueur. It feels happy and festive, but with a lot of substance. It is the perfect fragrance for a night out, and like the name would imply, very flirty. Really fun if you like cherry, vanilla, and tobacco. Tobacco Flirting with Vanilla. And I know the title says top 12, but there's one more fragrance that I have to include, and that is Secret Tryst from Fragrance du Bois. This is also one of those seduction in a bottle types of scents. It is saffron and rose with a lot of patchouli, with vanilla and olibanum, some cardamom, and spiced in a very luxurious way. All of Fragrance Du Bois' scents have this very luxurious and quality finish. It just feels like the perfect, sexiest secret meeting with a forbidden lover. So sexy, warm, and luxurious. Definitely makes you want to snuggle up with your lover. Secret Tryst from Fragrance Du Bois. But yeah, guys, that was just my list of my top 12/13 best niche vanilla fragrances. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment down below. What is your favorite vanilla perfume? I would love to know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.